in University Hospital Waterford has been seriously damaged in the last 2 weeks. Confidence in the HSE and the South West Hospital Group has also been eroded since the letter from 4 consultant pathologists was made public in relation to working conditions in the mortuary. The mortuary is not fit for purpose. In 2012, HSE estates reported in stark terms the conditions and the unsuitability risks. Planning permission was granted in December 2015. Nothing happened. In light of further developments last night with the removal of state cases from University Hospital Waterford mortuary, it underlines the need for a full investigation into how this situation was allowed to happen. Gardaí and the state pathologists no longer have confidence in the service provided at the mortuary, citing a risk of evidence contamination with working conditions not fit for purpose. This case is an illustration on how the government's inaction on even the most basic essential services is failing. It's failing families, it's failing the dead, and Minister, only a full investigation will get to the truth of this.
Deputy Alyward, a similar question, and Deputy Cullinane.
I just want to add my voice because this is the South East and this affects my constituent of Kilkenny as well. And I was horrified with the conditions that are in the morgue in the University Hospital in Waterford. It's well known for many years. It's condemned in 2004, and Capital, the HSE were well aware of the circumstances down there. In 2013, there was supposed to be money made available for the renewal of this building. It never happened. I have families from Kilkenny who had bereaved people, of their families bereaved, who died with closed coffins. And now your Taoiseach of the day he has told us that he didn't believe this. I have proof from individual families who came to me since, who were never told by the Undertaker why their coffins were closed and why they had to bury their loved ones with a closed coffin. Now we know the reason why. And it's a disgrace on the HSE and on this government that allowed to happen. And the sooner they rectify, the better. And I want to add my voice to discuss that.
Brief question, Deputy Cullinane.
Sir, I'm sure you will appreciate the anger that people in Waterford and the South East feel. I also would imagine you appreciate the lack of confidence that people now have in the mortuary services, notwithstanding whatever mitigating solutions could be put in place. In your absence, Minister Bruton said that you were supportive of a review of the claims that were made. What will the nature of that review be? Will you consult with the Oireachtas members from Waterford and the South East who have met bereaved families and who have real concerns? There's issues around process, there's issues around open disclosure, where not one single family was ever informed of the poor state of the mortuary services in Waterford, and that beggars belief. So people want answers to questions, and the only way we can get answers to questions is a full independent examination of the claims. I'm asking you to spell out what your intentions are, and will you consult with the Oireachtas members in Waterford and health spokespeople from different parties and groups?
Thanks very much. Firstly, I want to thank the consultants in Waterford for coming forward, as I did during the week, for bringing forward their concerns and doing so in the appropriate manner and engaging with hospital management. There's no doubt there's a need for a new mortuary in Waterford. That need is well accepted. Indeed, it's been well accepted for a long number of years, and it's about time we move on it. I want to just say 3 things today in relation to this matter and thank colleagues from the South East for raising this. The first thing is, on Friday, the temporary additional refrigeration facilities for the mortuary will arrive at the hospital in Waterford. My understanding from memory is that this will increase the refrigeration facility from 6 to 13, and I believe will end the situation of bodies on trolleys in corridors, which I think is really important, that we have dignity in relation to death. Secondly, I spoke again to hospital management today, and I have given the absolute go-ahead for the tender to issue in relation to the permanent build for the mortuary. I understand there's a number of weeks in terms of processes and European rules and the likes, but the go-ahead is in place, and that mortuary will be funded, the new mortuary, in the capital plan, which I'll publish shortly. And thirdly, Deputy Cullinane is correct. I do believe there's a need for a review. I do believe there's a need for questions to be answered in relation to how the mortuary operates and how we make sure that best practice is in place. I want to take a couple of days to get this right. I want to take a couple of days in relation to the terms of reference and in terms of who should carry out that review. And I am indeed happy to hear from colleagues in the South East if anyone wants to send me submissions on the matter.
Deputy Fiona O'Loughlin.
Thank you very much, Dr Chair. And